Hey guys, it's John. You're on the JRB Tree Climbing channel. This video, it's going to be hard to figure out what playlist to put it on. You've been asking me for some more content about hunting, and I don't have any immediate plans to take a camera with me on a hunt, much less a camera operator. You see, the places where I hunt are primarily travel funnels. They're primarily very thick, and I choose those spots intentionally because that's where the deer like to travel. And I've got to be ready all the time. I can't be fussing with a camera. I often have my bow in my hands and not even on the holder because I've got to be ready to get in a position for a shot. So last night I was in that tree without a platform, and everything went perfectly. I was watching a little buck off in one direction when a big old doe came in the other direction, and although the shot was very downhill, I'm looking down a hill and I was up pretty high. I was able to put it through the top of one lung and out the bottom of the other. And as hunting goes, you just never know what kind of blood trail you're going to get. It was surprisingly sparse after I saw the hit, but I tracked her and I recovered her. It was a long walk, and I was quite shocked, honestly. And in the process of pruning my way through the forest, as I found her, I found a pretty good tree that I think I'm going to check out in a future hunt. So I'm going to take you on a little walk today. There's no camera operator. It's just me in the woods. I'm going to show you a tool. My father taught me one of the most important tools for a deer hunter to carry with them is a pair of pruning shears. You know, I'm assuming you're allowed to cut down the briars that are in your way in the woods you're walking through. My point with this is that I carry tools that other hunters don't all carry. You know, a lot of hunts I don't even carry a rangefinder or binoculars because I'm hunting in thick areas and I can estimate my distance well. But I never go anywhere without my pruning shears. And so last night as I was tracking this deer, I pruned my way through the forest. I'm going to take you on that walk just to give you an idea what a whitetail is capable of. And when we get to the location where I recovered her, assuming I can traverse the path, I'm going to show you a tree that I want to get into maybe next season. So this is about tree selection, it's about deer hunting, it's about deer tracking, it's about deer behavior. I'm going to switch to my cell phone and take you for a walk. Okay, so you are looking up at the tree I was in, and I relocated from that tree over there, which is probably about 20 yards away. It's up against a field, but they travel through this funnel that I'm in. One trail goes right under this tree, which is perfect for the other one, but obviously a little tight for this one. But the main trail is down there in the thicket. So I'm going to take you for a walk. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'll do my best. So I took my shot somewhere in here. Didn't even recover the arrow. That's going to be my chore for this afternoon because look what's behind all this. It's just brush. I mean, that's greenbrier. It is so thick in here. But they find a way through. And so if I can get on her trail. Now granted, I came through here with pruning shears already. Already came through here once. I've got my GPS tracker on so I can determine how far this walk winds up being. I'm sure it's not as far as I felt it was. It's just that when things are this thick, you just can't comprehend that at the exact distance you're traveling. So I wanted to have this information. So it was down here I came, so I knew she went this far, and this is where I picked up the blood trail, right in here. And I was surprised that the path went here. You could see some blood right there. I saw that blood. But look, we're going right into some pretty thick stuff here. My dad always used to say, treat a deer, hunt a deer like a big rabbit. You just need a little bigger hole to get through. Getting some sun glare there. Let's see if I can clean off my lens. Okay. I know I got a little bit of blood right on, yeah, right here. I found some blood. And I wasn't sure if it went down this hill. We're looking downhill there. But no, the blood continued here. By the way, let's just take a look around at where I am. I mean, this is really thick stuff. There's not a tree thicker than 4 or 5 inches here. This is where they spend their time. If you look out, look at those vines. It's thick in here. It's really thick. I could put a trail camera in here and I would never get a picture of a person. These invasive plants, I'm not even sure what these are, but they've got some killer thorns on them. That would just rip you up. Okay, and here, there's some blood, right? See that blood? I'm down on my knees. This was tough getting through here. This is where I started really getting impressed. You can tell by the sun direction that we're weaving around a little bit. Just lost my hat. So I'm on my knees. These are briars. You want to know about hunting? Well, this is hunting. You got to think like a deer. You got to get on their level. You got to find where they travel. Look at it in here. There's no trees. There's nowhere to possibly take a shot. Now here's the first big tree we found in a while. That's an old poison ivy vine. Look how thick it is. And right here is where I found her. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to check my tracker and see how far we walked. Okay, so that's where she laid, and I just checked, and it was 176 yards that she crawled through this kind of brush, right? And as I got here to this little opening, first time, you would get any daylight but I look across the way, and that tree is only 22 yards away. It's a tulip poplar tree. It's a softwood, but it's gigantic and it's straight. I really wouldn't trust that tiny little limb. It's only 2 inches wide on a softwood, but I could hitch climb that, and with a little bit of pruning, I'd have a 22-yard shot right here where I stand. And that kind of spot in this kind of a funnel could be very productive. The only trouble will be finding a way in. Okay, I'm going to cut at this point, but I think, this kind of content might help folks in terms of, you don't need to see me draw my bow on a deer to learn how I find these spots. And we should take these opportunities when you have a long track like I did last night. There's an opportunity in there. There's a learning experience. Where do these deer travel when in distress? And so, next time I'm here, I'm going to try to see if I can't find a path into that thing and see if I can't get in that tree maybe next year. Thanks as always for your support.